Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dev, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you want it in the 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level. Bold with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4th and 26th, so the war in Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.
What up, everybody out there in War Room land? You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Dev McMillan. I'm at the round table with my brothers, Jimmy the Blueprint and B. Austin. The novel coronavirus, COVID-19, has taken over the sports world and is threatening to take over the entire world. We'll discuss it. We'll give our thoughts on everything being affected by it. So keep it locked right here with your boys. And if you want to get in on the conversation, sign in right now to the Brotherhood chat room at blogtalkradio.com/the War Room, or you could join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. We'll also be taking your calls on the Digital Extreme Tech Hotline at numbers 323-410-0012. But before we get started, as usual, make sure that during the week when we're not live on the air that you guys remember to check out archive episodes of our show. You can do that at warroomsports.com. Also on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Blog Talk Radio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you do your podcast listening, we are sure to turn up there. Not only can you find us, the War Room, but you can find all the shows on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. John Appetit, if you're into eating. The Broad Street Line with Roy and Chris. Philly Sports and a touch of national sports. You got After Further Review with the Mayor. You definitely got the Tissue and the Tape Hip Hop Podcast if you're a hip hop head, and a show that'll be back in the next week or two, the Mad Scientist Sports Lab with Nick Ficarelli. So, keep it locked on these mediums that I told you about, and you can get us and all of our sister and brother shows right here on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. It's interesting out there, and Neil, I see you in the chat room. Shout out to you. Let me know if you can hear me, because your homies, they're always late. I don't have anybody to mic check me before shows. Pause. But we're getting it on anyway. B. Austin is now in the building. B, what up, yo? B, you there? All right. Well, I can't get B. Austin. His mic is muted or something like that. Anyway, man, the sports world has been hit, and it seems a little unfair to just mention the sports world, because what's going on right now, the World Health Organization has deemed the coronavirus COVID-19 to be a pandemic. Excuse me, I was about to say epidemic. It is classified as a pandemic now, and what a lot of people were deeming as hype and all of that kind of stuff, it just went to another level. And the NBA last night kicked it off in the sports world with a very shocking development in suspending the rest of the season. I think the rash move definitely came from the fact that at the time, one of its players, Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz, Rudy tested positive for the disease, and it was very ironic that it ended up being him that was the catalyst for the actions taken by the NBA, because just a couple nights before, on Monday night at the press conference, Rudy Gobert had a kind of a dismissive attitude of the whole thing, saying that, they're hyping people up for no reason, this and that. And then before he left the podium, he touched all of the microphones and everything that was sitting up there on the table with him. 2 days later, Rudy Gobert is slated to miss the Jazz game with a quote-unquote illness, and then we all found out that he tested positive for the coronavirus. A lot of his teammates, nobody's coming forth publicly saying this, but the insiders are saying behind the scenes, a lot of his teammates are kind of upset with him because he was doing the same playful stuff in the locker room. He was being dismissive. He was being playful. He was touching people's belongings. And this morning we get the bombshell that all-star guard Donovan Mitchell, his teammate, has also tested positive for the virus. B, what were your thoughts? Like, this is unprecedented, at least in our lifetimes. We've seen lockouts. We've seen things like this, but we haven't seen the NBA, the NHL, MLB, the damn March Madness, the NCAA tournament, for God's sake. We haven't seen things shut down for a pandemic before. I've never seen a pandemic before.
I need to compartmentalize a lot of this stuff. So let me address, first and foremost, since we are the premier sports show in the world, and we know we've got 1 million listeners tuned in. Thank you. We appreciate you coming to us to get your COVID, corona-related sports talk and information. So we appreciate you. Listen, Rudy is a kid, or was at least behaving like a kid, and it bit him in the butt a little bit. Would I be salty with him? Listen, think of our team. And which one of us would do that? And y'all would be mad at me. All right, I threw myself under the bus because I'd be the one. And that would be that. And we move on with life. No love lost. That's just immature shit that certain people do. And on teams, every team has a personality. So I'm not salty.
And unless Donovan Mitchell has like asthma or respiratory problems, they should all recover. So yes, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Unless the strain changes on our ass all of a sudden, and then all in
that's
for
it. That's a segue to my next point on this. So I literally just got off of the phone with the head of emergency trauma of a hospital in D.C. This young lady makes $1 million to run the trauma unit at one of the hospitals up there that I cannot disclose and will not disclose her name, of course. She said the issue with the coronavirus is its impact in people who already have or are high risk based on their immune system or their respiratory system. If those two factors, individually or combined, are not in your life, then there's a more than 97% chance you're going to recover. You will just have a nasty flu-like / pneumonia / bronchitis experience, and you'll be up and about in 2 to 3 weeks. You're good, right? So this is from a medical professional.
However, how you going to tell people that when they sitting here just watching people die left and right every day?
Well, I'm
hard to hear, man.
That's like
just because I have the odds of beating it, don't mean that I want it.
So there's another. That's another segue. So there's a lot of things out there kill us, and that we run the risk of dying from, if not on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I feel, and I've had this debate, and I don't know which side of the debate that I land on. Some people are saying that the media globally is overhyping this. They are fanning the flames with the magnification due to media due to common, your terrestrial media combined with the way news spreads via social media and the information we have access to. We are drawing certain conclusions on that because things like this happen in societies periodically, and the ability to communicate and access information is unprecedented as of today. So if the media blowing it up, then the other side of that perspective is maybe the media and us as people are not necessarily blowing it up in the way we communicate, but is the reaction
It's how
of
you take
society
how about to say? It's how you take the news.
is how people are receiving that news an overreaction, but you can't really blame the news for being the news. They're just delivering information, and your reception of that information is a little bit
and
heightened.
that's why I disagree with the whole media blowing it up thing, because in my lifetime I've had my fair share of blame the media or have conspiracy theories about the media. Some of that, a lot of that stuff is true. Cases like this, if it wasn't something to be serious about, to react to, first of all, if there was no media and they didn't report this, the World Health Organization still would have deemed this a pandemic. So at the same time, if the media doesn't take it serious and they're not talking about it throughout the whole news cycle, and then people are getting knocked off one by one, then we're going to blame the media for not saying anything to us. So it's like it's a no-win situation for the media. You have stuff like hurricanes. You really can't predict whether 100% hurricanes make right turns and go out to sea all the time. The same people that I see saying stuff like what you just said, they're the same people who are like, oh man, the media, they hyped up the hurricane and nothing happened. Like, what the fuck? Do you want your house to blow down? Like, you're mad because it didn't hit you? Like, I never understood people like that before. And like cats like Rudy Gobert, you see his Twitter and IG apology now. I should have took this shit more seriously. Pretty much what he's saying is, I'm embarrassed because of my reaction, and now look at the situation. Like I say, he should make a full recovery from everything that we've seen and heard, but we don't know that. That's why it's been deemed a pandemic, B. That's why there's panic, because they don't know much about this. So we can say all we want, like, okay, in this first month, most of the people that died were over 65 or something like that, or they had respiratory issues. How about the strain changes in 10 minutes from now and then just start knocking everybody out? We don't know.
So the strain could change. I don't know. But I realize that, my brother, I get you. So and we also have another layer. So when you're a parent, your concerns automatically go to level 10, as they should, because you have children to think of and protect of. Never mind the fact that kids don't seem to get this, but we still have to worry based on it only kills us. It kills it. They don't kill them. They just cough and they be cool. They give it to us. They get it. No. And here's the other thing.
They get everything.
They get it.
No, I'm saying they get everything.
They get corona and don't get sick. So kids are incubating it and carrying it, they say, and passing it along, but they don't be sick. They like, yeah, we cool. Y'all MFers die from it. We good. Y'all time up anyway. Get the earth to us.
See, but that's the only thing I don't like about social media, the regular general public and all the opinions that they give up. Because we talk in generalities all the time. Like we say that kind of stuff. But
no context.
I have a friend in New York right now whose son had 103 fever today. So she's probably scared to death right now. You know what I'm saying?
Have they confirmed it as a case of COVID-19?
No. All of this is just happening today, but this is the wrong time to get a fever. This is the wrong time to get a fever. One of my kids had a fever right now. You'd be going crazy in my mouth.
You'd be out of control. So
right. And it is flu season. It's still flu season.
It is flu season.
Common cold
season.
Catching
flu.
Right. People might be catching anything.
Compounding it.
Right, but you're doing it during this.
It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic because of the mortality rate, not because of some of the other. The mortality rate is the definition of a pandemic, and once it jumped above 3% of the cases, not 3% of the earth, but 3% of the cases pass on, then it's considered a pandemic level. Last week it was at 1.8, and it wasn't. But there have been pandemics that far surpass 3%. Not saying that that's the barometer. The biggest
which segues me into all the idiots who want to give us flu statistics right now. Oh, more people die from the flu. All right, you assholes sound like the same people who say, oh, more white people get killed by the police every day. You have to know stuff about statistics and rates. More in a month, people have died at a higher rate of this COVID-19 than they have of the flu. There's more of the flu. The flu is a common coronavirus. It's a common illness. You know what I'm saying? So millions of people are getting the flu every year.
There's some context.
And 0.02% of those people are dying. But because there's so many cases, everybody's talking about more people die of the flu. Well, yeah, the flu has been here for a very long time, and everybody gets it damn near every year.
For hundreds of years. So also there's like, the other context to this being a pandemic is because it incubates for so long and because it's so contagious.
You got it.
I still take the position that we're maybe overreacting a little bit because I don't think it's as deadly as I'll go ahead and say it's not as deadly as people are reacting. But here's the issue. The issue is because it's so contagious and there's so many hospitalizations, the hospitals aren't able to handle it at the rate that people are coming down with it. So now, even whether you're not going to die or not, you feel sick enough to go to the hospital, and there's too many people with it in the hospital that you can't get treated. So that I believe that this is
you take somebody to the hospital, you're probably going to leave with it because everybody in the emergency room got it.
Everybody in
no,
in
but for me,
so
now I'm gonna speak for myself and my level of paranoia.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been shook of the flu, so you can, you throw something new into the mix that I don't know nothing about. You can already see where I am with it, especially like you said with little kids. The boy, one of them, he has respiratory issues. So when he gets the flu, it's scary as hell because a lot of times he follows it right up with pneumonia. That's torture on a kid.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't want no part of this because this is the kind of stuff that it's giving out.
I had a weak respiratory system. I've had bronchitis about as many times as you have toes and fingers on your hands. And I'm walking around here. I literally have had pneumonia like 4 times. I'm the only person I know that had pneumonia 4 times. And this shit lasts for like 4 months.
You are the definition of walking pneumonia. You're the definition of that. And that's what I'm saying. Like in his 8 years, he's had it twice.
That's crazy.
Right after a flu. It's not like he just catches pneumonia.
Because everything
you would just beat down. That's why the boy can't gain no weight.
Everything in his head.
Because every time he gets sick, he loses like 5 pounds.
Everything in his head drains to his throat. Everything in his throat drains to his upper respiratory, and then it just goes down from there. And that's how. When I get a sore throat, I know it's going down. Pause. So it's like,
Pause that.
It is what it is. But I lean on the side of I know that it's a crucial situation. I know the factors that make it qualify for being quote unquote a pandemic. I get it. Mortality rate over 3%, hospitalizations that the infrastructure can't handle. Just looking at the virus itself and the recovery rates, I'm just not. I mean, I don't want anybody to go through being sick with COVID.
I know. But that's the thing, though.
Like you're gonna be all right.
We're talking about the virus itself after a month. How many times has the flu changed in all these years? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, until they get a hold of it and it maybe has been around for a year and the stuff that they're saying is consistent, then I think you can feel more comfortable. But right now, I can use that analogy, that hurricane analogy. That shit might make a left turn tomorrow.
Let's add.
It might make a left turn tomorrow, and then it's 35 and up. You got a problem instead of 65.
Did the Chinese make this and release it? Because I'm also looking at this.
I'm off of that. It definitely could have been. It definitely could have been something.
Another reason.
The only thing is, why would they release it in their own? You know what I mean? I'd have just left and released it from.
They wasn't trying to. They just not good with the diseases like the U.S. The U.S. got all types of germs.
Your man who was trying to release it, he dropped it before he got to the airport. Like, what happened?
Yeah, my guy, he dropped it on, and they like, and then the Chinese, for real, at the very top, they were like, "That's cool because we got too many people here anyway, and we tired of killing kids."
His pop control over there.
It's good-ish for us. The Chinamen that we have at Stanford, Harvard, and Princeton, they're gonna figure out the vaccine in about 9 months. We good. This will clear out the unwanted, and we cool. But I also,
I'm rooting for there's a couple companies that I'm rooting for to get to that vaccine first because stock prices was real low this week. Yeah, I ain't giving out stock tips. I ain't giving out stock tips. We'll talk about that on the low, and I'm sure we already shared all of it. But
we so nice with it. We have unnatural segues because that was my next point. I'm watching the markets. I'm watching the commodities markets.
I'm $2 up on one pharmaceutical company.
And I'm like, look, man, I just, because of my work, my line of work, when I'm away from the studio, I can't believe that this isn't being manipulated at some level because of the value that it presents to certain people and certain institutions in the marketplace. This is a culling. And if you don't know what culling means, look it up. Get you a Webster. It's a culling of the marketplace. It's a reset. When you grow and expand to a point, you have to cause some sort of implosion, artificially or intentional. You gotta contract back to where you can grow again. And the world economy was growing at a pace and to a place where it couldn't simply continue to expand. I believe at best, this may not be manipulated in the sense that it was intentionally created, but I'll be goddamned people in certain places aren't taking advantage of it financially for all that it brings to the table. At worst,
I mean, think about it. Think about it. We're gonna do our little things to take advantage of it financially. So you can imagine what the wealthy, the super wealthy, are doing. As far as this is concerned.
They made millions already. They keep it going.
The president has been taking a lot of backlash that his people are now politicizing, saying that the other side is politicizing, when they were really just trying to tell him people are dying here and you're dismissing it and you're just talking about the stock market. I mean, we knew what he was about when he got in there. So, they're just they're
my man grabbed the mask and headed to the golf course, man. He's been golfing.
And the thing is, he's been in contact with 2 people who tested positive for the virus. He's shaking a couple of hands. So, y'all crazy. But that would kind of be the same. That would be irony on the level of probably much higher of a level than even Rudy Gobert, because Rudy Gobert had the same kind of attitude. He wanted to touch all the microphones, and if I'm any of the people who had to clean up that press conference, put the microphones away afterwards, and I test positive for that, I don't care where if they can ever track it. I don't care where they said they got it from.
I'm a wolf. See what I'm saying?
What was that?
He got to get it.
Rudy got these hands. Either way, it's sliced. No matter who they say I got it from, Rudy get them hands. Neil in the chat room trying to bring the show all the way down. She said her daughter has had pneumonia twice. Her mother passed away from pneumonia. Rest in peace. She said her level of paranoia is high, so she's been freaking out all week. I mean, me kind of I just finished traveling. It wasn't abroad. I was traveling domestically. I was in Chicago all week, but I was at a conference that was an international conference. Now, a lot of the people from China couldn't attend, they couldn't travel over here, but the European band didn't come until later. So, a lot of people were in attendance. So, through airports and airplanes and everything, I was masked up, hoodied and masked up. Shout out to Mobb Deep.
Did you get some money? Oh, never mind.
But for me, just taking precaution, because the point that you mentioned earlier, B. Austin, the incubation period, how you could just be chilling around, not knowing, spreading it to people. I haven't kissed my wife since I've been back. I haven't kissed my wife since I've been back.
it incubates for half a month. That's crazy. Who does that?
And then everything, like, you just think, like, all right, I'm like, man, that last breath I took seemed a little difficult. So it's like everything got me shook. Like, all right,
you're just fat.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's what I be trying to tell myself. I'm like, no, I'm just fat. But then I was like, man, I wasn't breathing like that last week, though. I was like, so I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know, man. But either way, let's go to the phone lines because we got a lot to talk about, especially in the world of sports. We got the homie Rob from out in Cali. Rob, what's going on, man? You masked up? You hoodied and masked up out there?
For the fast buck?
Yo, man, as
I forgot to shout out Big on that too. Be laying in your kitchen and light that ass up.
With that one track, Biggie said,
Ain't trying.
I've been robbing deuces of slave ships over the same clip in the same. I like that song, man. Give you a loop.
So what's up, man? How's things going out there? You know, I heard off the coast of Cali they was holding like cruise ships hostage, making them circle in the Pacific.
Give me a call. Can I hit y'all back in a minute? You know what I'm saying? I'm going through the quarantine right now, so I can hit y'all back in a minute.
Damn, Rob out there.
Do what you gotta do,
Don't
man.
turn into a virus, man. Now, don't
Be
turn
safe,
into
man.
a zombie,
Huh?
Be safe,
All right.
though.
Hang up, man. Hang up. We're about there at the zombie apocalypse.
Yo, my man in Raccoon City. Some of y'all know.
The Walking Dead. All right, we got the homie Tobias calling in from out in Arizona. What it look like out there in Sun Devil country?
All I know is that if you see the Umbrella Corporation truck pull up, you better bounce. First things first.
It's already too late if Umbrella pull up.
Hey, B. Austin, we're going to test out Devin's acting skills here. How he'll pretend he's sad, Chasing Sports is canceled. He gonna pretend he's sad. like oh, son.
No,
oh, Slugger has messed up, Slugger.
I told you on the chat, real talk. The only thing I'm really upset about is basketball. Like, they had a 9-1 season. They're one of the favorites to win the chip, and then they're gonna cancel the playoffs.
Yeah.
Soccer and baseball, I ain't even paid them fees yet, and I'm not going to.
And then we know Kawhi Leonard's the happiest man. Hey, and your boy Kawhi the happiest man in the NBA right now, so he don't have to play now.
But
he doesn't want to play.
You know what all the LeBron fans gonna say? He was going to win the chip, and the season got canceled.
Oh,
okay,
God.
I know.
You gotta hear that.
I know one thing, and it's like, I hate the fact that it's become politicized and stuff, because a lot of stuff we don't know because it's pretty new, it's happened. And these companies, sports leagues, are erring aside of caution. It's like, friends, I'm a big WWE fan, wrestling fan, right? WrestleMania is in a couple of weeks, and that's in Tampa Stadium where it's like 6,000 people. But that's a worldwide event where people all over the world travel to it.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Nah, they don't do that.
That's a bunch of dudes like you wrestling and breathing on each other close quarters. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
and then you don't know what the crowd doing out there, screaming and yelling and spitting on you.
And there's a lot of international. A lot of the crowd is from other countries that come there every year. And so if they're gonna cancel, they need to go ahead and cancel. Folks get their money back and things like that. Especially travel bans, but the NBA canceled.
Like, with all of this stuff being canceled, like, how much money? I want to know how much money
the local
is going to be given back in the next. Like, because the NBA people, professional sports people are always, they'll postpone it, they'll play it again. They don't realize how people travel to go to these games. I would say roughly 75% of the sporting events that I go to, which is a lot, is outside of the region where I live. Like, that's my thing, like, to go other places to see sporting events. So I can't just come back. And imagine the people who spent the grit to come from another country to see their favorite player one night. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we talked about when we talked about load management. But think about stuff like this. You can't just say, hold on to your ticket stubs, and, when the game is rescheduled, everybody can't do that. So now that the NCAA tournament, the whole thing is canceled. Y'all know all of those buildings were already sold out. How much money, not that the NCAA doesn't have it, because, they're not paying it to the players, so how much money are they going to have to give back for tickets from all the regional games up until, even the conference tournament games that haven't finished yet, all the way up to, and B, the MEAC tried to play it out. They still was playing games today. They were going to go all out. And the MEAC tournament is for one thing and one thing only. That is for that at-large bid
That's for that
into the NCAA tournament. Then they canceled it. They probably like, dang.
Bias.
What's the point?
I don't know if you went to an HBCU, but the coaches and athletic directors at HBCUs, they call around to all the big white schools and say, how much would you like to whoop our ass for? How much would you like to whoop our ass?
How much would you give us to beat this?
Oh, trust me, I'm an Alabama football fan, and they schedule those type of schools almost every year.
Yeah, you got to. First game of the season got to be a cupcake that you're gonna beat the.
Alabama State's my hometown, and Alabama A&M up the road in Huntsville.
Yeah, you paying them to get your your margin of victory up for later on.
Lights out of them schools, man. Even when an HBCU is good at the skill positions, what really shows the difference is the line play. Like you have HBCUs that have quality skill positions.
Howard is D-back. Howard is D-back you.
Yeah, Howard.
They send D-back to the NFL like it ain't nothing.
But that O-line and that D-line, it's different, man. It's different. It's a different type of fat.
So,
like in a HBCU, you have fat guys playing O-line and D-line. At a PWI, you have athletic, large human beings. I wouldn't even call them fat. They're just athletic and large.
They're muscular, but they weigh as much as the fat guys at your school.
It'd be a 5'8" lineman. But
so Tobias, what's the case count and the body count out there in Arizona?
Well, this is a red state, so they'll probably downplay everything and blame it on the liberals.
Because it's also a retirement state, so it's probably some old people out there.
They're going to blame it on Obama.
Yeah, I know. And, the one thing, even though I'm not an Obama guy, not a Trump guy, I'm not for any of them, but I think, Trump is a Wall Street president, right? Obama is a community organizer, so he's good at moments like this. People don't understand that. And it ain't, to me, it shouldn't be politicized, but they're going to politicize everything. But one thing I did want to touch on, a sports topic, right? And, and I think B also was here while Dad was load managing, avoiding Court, my bad. Not Court, my bad, avoiding him.
I was shook. But, I wanted to go to the Bills game. I was shook. That was before they started panicking and say, I know I've been shook from the door. I ain't going in there with all the people breathing on me.
Our season was canceled by Halloween anyway.
Dev Ben said, y'all see any umbrella trucks? Umbrella help.
Before Tobias, I know we keep cutting him off. I spent, 6 days in Chicago? I ate one meal at a restaurant. Everything else was Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash. I was chilling. I'm not going outside. Whatever.
Oh.
All right,
Justin got you shook, huh? But anyway, first.
I was going to get beat up.
My Chicago Bulls, our season was canceled before Halloween anyway, so it didn't really matter. But
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, but about football, right? I told B also about you last week, right? About now it came out that the Bucks are all in on Tom Brady. They said Bridgewater, right? Now, I think Brady's washed. The media just don't want to admit it because he won Super Bowls. But you got to wait on Tom Brady. Because saw the news, the Tennessee Titans are we're not even going to wait on him to tell us no. We're just going to re-sign Ryan Tannehill, just roll with a punch. So, let's say they're interested in Teddy Bridgewater, right? Which I think he's just average. He will have offers the Chargers, the Bears, maybe even the Patriots, somebody like that who may pay him, or the Colts. And so what if he goes? And then Brady's hey, I'm out. I'm not coming here. I'll go somewhere else and stay in New England, whatever. And then the quarterback you did have took a backup role somewhere else with decent money. Who you got on your roster? Oh, it's Blaine Gabbert. So now you got to go try to trade up or try to force to reach on a quarterback in a draft. And I just think sometimes it's like this is where the quarterback hell comes in at, because you got to hope someone signs your team, because they keep saying, well, the Bucs got these 2 receivers. A lot of teams got 2 good receivers. And you're going to have about 20 of them get drafted this year. What that difference they got to make? If you can't run the damn ball, if your offensive line is ass, it does. And the quarterback does not match the system. Okay, what else you got? A lot of teams got good receivers.
Hold on, just real quick, the point that you made about 20 receivers coming out this year, 20 good ones. I guarantee you the Eagles get the worst one. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, by the way, they keep saying
no matter what
position
we're in, we can trade up to like the fifth. We can trade up to like the 5th pick in the draft, and we will still grab the wrong receiver. That's just what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a guy. We picked an African invalid. He ain't got no hands. He literally don't got no hands.
Unlike Aguilar.
Running back. Yeah, and see, that's what quarterback hell gets you. You gotta hope and pray that that person signs you and chooses you. And then when you pick at 14th, the top quarterbacks of that draft, the top 3 gonna be gone. And the number 4 guy gonna be this guy named Jordan Love from Utah State, who has, guess what? He's a turnover machine too. He threw 17 interceptions in 11 college games. So you'll trade one turnover machine for another. And I just think quarterback hell sucks, man.
So, Tobias, what do you think? Like the fact that their names have come up in like the Brady sweepstakes and stuff like that. Do you think they're done with Jameis, or is it a thing where they're going to allow Jameis to see what's up on the market? Can't they still franchise Jameis?
Yo,
they don't franchise Shaq Barrett.
Hold on, Tobias, are you done with Jameis? You tell me, are you done with Jameis?
I'm actually, as much as we clown Tobias over all of these, over the season, I'm actually interested in Jameis as, with Jameis with LASIK. I'm actually interested to see that. That's why I'm like, can they franchise him? At least keep him around to see if that LASIK makes a difference. Like Jameis that can see in HD, that might be something special.
Listen, I don't know many people more loyal than Dev, and we clown him, but I could tell that you still root for Bull, man. I was done with Bull a season.
Yeah, no, I clown him. You're gonna get these clown hands, but I would like for him to. I think he. You know how you know that I still cared for the dude, Paul. But when I got mad at him for getting LASIK 6 years into his career, when you've been squinting ever since we met you at Florida State.
You know what I think though? Cause see, my thing is, I root
like gunslingers too.
But see, be honest. Here's the thing though. My thing is, I'll root for whoever's on the team. My thing is always been that he's so Jameis so polarizing. Folks think that I'm saying that he's so polarizing that folks think we're just a quarterback away from contending. And I think that's what.
Sometimes that green don't make you rootable. Like it is out there.
You're a good dude, but I definitely wish COVID-19 on McNabb now.
Yo.
But honestly though, I'm ready for him to just move on and just be smart, be like Tannehill was, find the right situation, see if you get somewhere else, and just see what can happen that way. But
and then if that happens, Jameis gonna go somewhere and light it up with his new eyes.
Hey, by the way, Darren Orlovsky, your hot take crew, he said he take Mitch Trubisky over Jameis right now. I know Jameis throws picks like candy, but damn it, Mitch Trubisky can't move the ball in a flag football league. But anyway,
I wouldn't take Mitch Trubisky over me.
I wouldn't take Mitch Trubisky over Mitch Trubisky. Yo, what's wrong with him, man? He can't play football.
He stinks, and it's like there's no redeemable quality there. And,
none.
And so, but Yes, at least my guy he'll put up some points and some yards. He'll throw picks. At least he got something redeemable. But
remember, at the beginning of the season, even Trubisky was somebody I was like, oh, let's wait and see. Let's give him one more shot, man. He trash.
Yeah, he was. No, he garbage.
But
I do this thing, Tobias, and I'll admit it to you. What I do is if I have a certain standard or place that I want a person to reach that I root for, and they don't reach that, then I end up hating them. So like I hate a lot of cats that weren't better than Kobe, but I set them up for failure. Like I hate T-Mac, and it ain't because of what Jimmy and I go back and forth on. I wanted him to be better than Kobe when I hated Kobe, but he couldn't make it, so now I hate T-Mac. Ray Allen, I hate him.
And even though you end up liking Kobe, like the feelings don't change for the other dudes because they still failed you at one point in their life.
Yeah, that don't change for the other dudes.
Like Kobe wins you over, them other dudes failed you.
Yeah, they failed. They failed. So Jameis, what it is with Jameis is your man Jameis and Mariota came in at the same time. I went around the entire world telling people how much better Jameis was than Mariota, and I still probably believe that. But he didn't separate from Mariota because I wanted Mariota to crash and burn, and I wanted Jameis to be stealing crab legs with a Super Bowl ring. And
but you know why he didn't separate? Because Mariota just happened to be on a better team. So they made the dude look better than he was because they had some success. Go ahead.
Mariota
or trying to get a basketball point out.
My fault. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, I was going to say that. No Tampa Bay Buccaneers all-time winning percentage like 38%, but that's neither here nor there. But you know, I'm gonna tell you this basketball thing because I know you got to run. What kills me, right? The hot take crew, right? I know LeBron's having a great season, but they keep talking. But they talk, Giannis because LeBron's this, LeBron that. So you mean to tell me that Giannis don't have good players around him that can help him win the title or hold him down? But the same guy with those same players you crap on is going to have the best record in the league before he got hurt. Which one is it, people? Which one is it?
I saw the point you made. Like, if LeBron, would you say if LeBron had Middleton as his second, he'd be trying to trade him for Anthony Davis?
He's trying to trade him for AD. He's trying to trade him for AD right now.
But with Giannis, everybody trying to say he got good players with him.
but last year they were saying the players weren't that good, and Giannis going to leave for Golden State. So which one is it, people? And you know, my thing is, they keep saying like, he don't win a title, he's a bum. No, winning a title is hard. And like, I know you guys are Sixers fans. At least AI got you to the finals and had y'all in the playoffs and contending at least. You can live with that if you don't get a ring, but at least you can live with that because, hey, you lost to that great Laker team. That's
my man. AI went to the joint with him, Mutombo, and nobody else. It was two players on the court. Shout out to Aaron McKee. Respect, but come on, man.
Yeah. And as great as I understand Mutombo to be, I understand why he goes down in history the way he does. For me, it's still hard to count him as help because he couldn't score.
He couldn't score at all.
He was a shot blocker. He was a great defender, but it's like, okay, his role goes all the way out of the window once you get to the Lakers because Shaq gonna bust your ass. So it's like, what do you bring to the table at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the transition. He was like on the other side of the bridge when centers started to get a little faster. You know what I'm saying? He was slew-footed.
He was close.
So
he was close.
I understand his place in history, but even when they talk about that team, I'm like, Mutombo. He's a name, but he wasn't that much help.
Much as I shoot at Shaq, if you can't score on Shaq and make him work, and you let him rest on D, you in for 40. You in for 40.
Dikembe he had the little hook shot that he would hit sometimes, and he could get it rolling a little bit, but you had no confidence in it, and there was no consistency in it. Like you didn't when he got the ball in the post, and you saw okay, he's starting to do a move, he wants to score. Like you weren't like, all right, Deke about to go to work. Like you never said that in your life. I don't care who you are. Lie to me if you want. You've never seen him start a move and say, oh, Deke about to go to work. You be kind of like, all right, yeah, it went in. Yeah, Deke. Ain't nobody ever said, yo, Deke on the block, he about to go to work on these dudes. Nah, never.
And you know what? And like like these same hot takes. People still mad Derrick Rose won the MVP. I'm like, dude, who was the second All-Star of that team? Keith Bogans was just starting two guard. He still won 62 games. I'm sorry, that's an accomplishment there. Yes. And we signed a Ross Carlos Booth.
That's a homer take, though. Bron should have won that.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, sure. With two top 5 players. But
I just want to point out that I bust Keith Bogans behind at the run and shoot. Just wanted to point that out. But
yo, I think Keith Bogans is the NBA player that the most regular Joes like make that point about. Yo, me and B. Austin was sitting at a Wizards game when he played for. Was he with the Wizards or was he with Orlando? I think he was with Orlando.
Probably Orlando.
And they were in town. So some dudes in our section, he's out of the game, so he's riding a stationary bike. Dude is screaming down to the court. Hey, Bogans, I fired you in high school, Joe. I fired you, Bogans. Keith Bogans just did the little money sign to him. He just rubbed his fingers together like, fuck out of it, I'm getting money. Like, what I think everybody got a I fried Keith Bogans story. Like, yo, why Keith Bogans get fried by everybody? But he was an okay NBA player, though.
Sometimes.
I know you guys got to run, but I'll say this real quick. I'm taking advantage of the financial benefits of coronavirus too. I'm flying chicks out on the cheap, baby. For less than a pound of Jordan, baby.
Hey, shout out to Survive. Flew them out. Not the flew them FLUD.
Tobias, I just want to tell you to stay away from them white girls while this is going on, man. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, they I want to wait because. By the way, guys, I'm waiting for Umar Johnson to speak, baby boy. I'm waiting for him to speak.
Oh man, we gotta hear it. We gotta hear the twist. Yo, I don't know what
that's why they man.
I'm patiently waiting.
Yo, that's why I can't hold on, man. Cause like people wait like. It's like a clown show now. I'm waiting for Umar to weigh in so he can say some dumb shit.
Umar in the streets right now.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
King Kong consciousness, man.
He a top
all right,
comic.
All right, Tobias. We have you next week, man. All right. Yo. So, yeah, everything's crazy. Like I said, the whole sports world has basically come to a halt. Did anything surprise you, Jimmy, or you figured after the NBA did what they did, the domino effect was going to be on? I think it's one of those things where you have to at this point because you don't want to be the one on the wrong side of history. The NBA always gets the jump on people and looking like they, care socially, no matter what it's about. And I'm seeing the NCAA still getting. They didn't cancel their whole tournament and everybody kicking them in the head. What took them so long? Yo, the NCAA canceled.
Yeah. But they do it to themselves, though, man. They do it to themselves. They do it to themselves. I mean, Dolan tried to do it to the NBA as well. But you're right. The NBA always does come off in terms of at least how it appears to the public to be the most progressive, the people that care the most. But at the end of the day, man, this is historic. I was just talking to someone.
The NBA PR team is just all that because they probably all racist too. But they make you look like they care.
What's going on, but I'm telling people like, yo, what's going on right now is a 30 for 30 in a couple of years. Like, this is some historic stuff.
What if I told you?
Like you just said, you gotta be on the right side of history.
I told you that a virus shut down the whole sports world.
Yeah,
so,
the whole sports world. Okay.
We're looking at you right now, Japan. The Olympics are supposed to go down this summer, and that's one of the quote unquote hotbed regions because the stuff. I mean, it came from China, but over in Asia, that's where the whole thing started.
You say all the Orientals got it. What you trying to say,
bro?
If you tell a Japanese person that they're Chinese or vice versa, they'd be ready.
They will kill you. They will kill you. Literally, they will pull out and let the blicky fly, then let the hoo-hop go. Vice versa as well. But their beef goes back 1,000 years. Like they've had.
They get Yakuza be looking for you, good brother. But with that being said,
so who's desperate enough to go at this point, Jim?
Yo,
NBA, USA basketball not winning gold this year because ain't nobody who make a check. Ain't nobody who get paid money to play basketball going over there, especially after Donovan, after Rudy Gobert and played himself. And if whoever gets it in the league, they're gonna blame it on him now. It's gonna be
they're gonna send
a referee that refed his game. They came to this game, and now I got it, and now this guy's gonna get it on the other team. Everything gonna be his fault just because he was acting a fool.
Rudy Gobert probably messed up his Hall of Fame induction.
True. So word to Shep. The dream team gonna be Isaiah Whitehead, Tony Roten, Terrence Ross.
You gotta put
Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges gonna coach. Who else on?
Zaire Wade, since he can't get no burn in Sierra Canyon. He gotta go somewhere and get some burn.
They're gonna send over the T League dudes.
You know what would be hot though, Jim? You know, if everybody lives and they get control of this thing and life goes back to normal and Rudy Gobert does end up in the Hall of Fame. If I'm him, when I walk up to the podium, I'm gonna just touch all the microphones and touch the table and all that stuff. But that's how I'm gonna start my Hall of Fame speech. He might get shot. Somebody gonna let loose on him, but
because he really played himself. But you know what's funny though? It's similar to how a lot of, and I'm not talking about one side or the other because I don't get into the politics game, but a lot of people who don't believe in science and don't believe in global warming, how arrogant they are. It's like cats be mad arrogant until you kind of like have to face the fact that, you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we talked about that earlier. There could be a bigger Rudy Gobert out there, and he goes by the name of 45. That's what we call him.
Shout out to 45.
Yeah. 45 dismissed this joint early. Went on Twitter every morning to kick COVID-19 in his head some more, and come to find out 2 people that he interacted with tested positive for it. So if he ends up with it, oh man, I think at this point he's done so much. If he ends up with it, they're just not gonna tell anybody.
We ain't gonna know. Yeah, we ain't gonna know.
The president's just gonna be gone for a little while. He's gonna be gone for a week.
Yeah, ain't no way.
Unless he die. Unless he die. And then if he dies,
he's gonna disappear. And as long as he got his phone, and he can get to Twitter, he good. But he ain't.
Right.
We ain't gonna
because
know.
even if he's sick as hell, he can still smack people in their head on Twitter, and you can think he's normal, he's cool. We just haven't seen him. I think at this point, we might not even know about most of these athletes. Like we're not gonna know what athlete has or doesn't have it at this point. Like I mean, I don't. It's the same way we don't know about. I think the numbers that we hear are like nowhere near as much as the people who probably actually have it. Because me and B were talking about it earlier, that incubation period is serious. You walk around for up to 14 days and don't even know you got it. And then, because I haven't, of all the coverage that we've heard, people saying that the media hypes, we haven't heard much, or at least I haven't. Like, if you do think that you have it, where the hell do you go to get tested?
Yeah.
Do you just run to the emergency room? Like, I don't even know how you get tested. So how many people out there are sick right now and not getting tested?
They got test stations in Cali.
I was reading the article.
They probably got them down there too, because you near the CDC.
I was reading an article about cats in India. Like cats was running to the hospital, like they got it, and like the doctors in there was like bailing on patients. Like, all right, you by yourself. I'm getting out of here.
And that's why, because me and B already had the debate about hype or non-hype. I think all the hype is because you just don't know anything about this. You have certain doctors stepping up, like they're really knowledgeable, and then you got other doctors that's like, I don't know enough about this. Take it serious. And then you got other people like, they just hyping it up. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do this. You don't know who to believe.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, it's like it's better safe than sorry. Like
it's always better
cool.
Safe than
it's cool to be. Yeah, man, it's better safe than sorry, man. I know that one thing I know is like they can close jobs and all that, but whoever is in control of the servers at Netflix, I'm gonna need y'all to show up for work, dog. Cause
it's time.
Like
it's time.
Yeah, it's time to get
it's time to shine. It's time. This is Netflix chance to to really because they already been doing it. Because Jimmy talked about it the other day when we talking privately. They already been kicking Disney Plus in the head like, oh, you thought you was gonna come in here and do this? This is your time to shine, Netflix, because everybody about to be home for 2 weeks.
Disney Plus got two shows, like literally 2 shows. They got the Mandalorian and Clone Wars. Yeah, I'm one of them.
But they got that population though. B, they got the kids. They still got the kids. Because my kids will watch the same old ass Disney movies 65 times in a row. So if they were album streamings, like somebody be going platinum right now.
Disney, Netflix rather, they welcomed the challenge of Disney and was like, all right, now take these hands. It's like they let their hands go. It's like they was waiting for it. All right.
Like they had a bunch of stuff in the queue.
All this fire. We're gonna drop all this fire in your dumb ass. Soon as you come out. But
the only thing about Netflix, you have to have recommendations from people you trust. Because if you sit down on the couch and say, I'm going to find something to watch on Netflix, it will be dark before you pick something. It's not even just it's a lot of garbage, but that's not even the point I was getting to. It's so much. Like a lot of the stuff might be good, but you just don't know which one. Oh, I heard that was good. I heard that was good. You just got to watch something, how we've been kind of doing lately, like a group of friends just watching the same thing, because that makes it interesting and it makes you do it. Because you don't get left behind in the conversations. Other than that, man, you sit on the couch, it'll be dark, and you still ain't starting nothing yet.
Casey Mack sent us messages in the chat, said, please let him on. He's trying to get through because he got something he got to say, man. Hopefully he ain't calling us and let us know he got that Roni.
I know. I hope that ain't it. Before we let Casey Mack on, like with Jimmy's point, better safe than sorry, that's basically how I live my life now. I even, Jim, before you came on, used the analogy about people in hurricanes and how you always want to blame the media. Oh, they hyping it, this and that. Like, all right, it's weather. You can't predict it. Hurricanes make right turns all the time and go out to sea. But 2 days ago, it looked like it was going to blast you. Like, are you mad that it didn't knock your house down?
Cats before Katrina was on the news talking filthy. Like, man, this is just like everything else. And 2 days later, they was on their roof, trying to get saved. So
they don't understand. Man. Like meteorologists, it's not their job to be 100%. You can't really. That's nature. You can't. You can use your fancy machines to kind of try to predict what's going to happen, the track that it's going to be on. But people actually get mad when they run to the store and buy all the toilet paper. I don't know why hurricanes make everybody need the shit. But you run to the store and get all the toilet paper, and then you get mad because you spent $300 on toilet paper and then it didn't hit your house. Like, do you want your house to get knocked down? I never understood why people would be upset about a hurricane turning.
I wonder how many people actually got money that didn't have it, but when they went shopping because they were trying to stack up on a bunch of toilet paper or food or whatever. They caught it at that point.
They got the tenderoni.
Right, went outside and caught it. Because I was a little shook. I went to BJ's today just to find, my wife sent me for chicken broth and something else. I got in the store with 16 million people in there. BJ's. So $300 later, because I'm like, if I don't get food now, in 2 weeks, the stores ain't gonna have nothing. So but the better safe than sorry route is for me as well, man. Because we don't know anything about this. We don't know enough about this virus yet. I was telling B earlier, this shit could take a right turn like a hurricane, and then everybody that get it dies. So it's like I ain't messing around, man. Shoot, I don't know that I don't have it now. I was in Chicago at an international conference. Like,
dog.
I haven't kissed my wife since I've been back.
I canceled 3 trips. Like, dog, I just canceled. I was supposed to be in Louisville next week. I canceled that. Canceled Orlando. And the one that I was looking forward to, I was supposed to speak in Copenhagen. I don't even know where that is, but they invited me, so I was going. And I had to cancel that.
You know they got it in Denver. I'm jamming in Copenhagen next week.
Yo, I canceled that shit. I canceled all of them, dog.
Your president shut Europe down. He said no one can come in and out of Europe because I said so.
Unless
all right, let's
you're
get to the lines, man. We got Casey Mack on the line. Calling in from Texas. What up, man? What's it looking like down
You ain't got the Romy, do you?
I ain't got the cooties yet.
He said he got the cooties yet.
Because if you do, you got to touch her butt to get rid of it. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
You had a butt cold. Hey, man, when was the last time? What's the substitute for sports now? Sports usually bring us together when a crisis comes. What's the substitute now?
What are we gonna have now?
Hey, we got
Prawn Hub.
And it's gonna have to be that because it can't be actual physical human touch. Like Jimmy said, the washi-washi's probably struggling right now. Nobody trying to touch them.
No, I know they struggling, man. I mean, my face
definitely gotta watch it on the TV or the computer.
Yo, you can't get a massage.
I get it.
Yo, coronavirus is gonna decrease the HIV numbers. Yeah, real talk.
Usually,
and pregnancy.
Cuddy usually replaces sports, so we can't have no Cuddy. We can't have no sports.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
everybody's scared to touch each other.
I gotta say one thing. The coronavirus, this stuff been going on down here. I mean, because I'm part of the fire department and the police department. We've been prepared for this since about January. I mean, for some reason, we've had protocols about this stuff, and then the number of questions we got to ask patients and stuff, folks that call in 911, we got to quarantine folks before we even approach them. So if they have these symptoms that we've been taught, then we have to dress up in mask and put on some overall covers, and of course we clap. I mean, it looks like a war zone.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it, Casey Mack, is the symptoms are regular. Like you can't go anywhere in public and cough now. Like you're looked at as a leper or something. Like you can't cough in the store now.
People look and say, and then first thing they say, I ain't contagious. I said, well, too.
and you have no clue if you are or not. You just trying to defend yourself.
Casey Mack,
everybody looking at you crazy.
Casey Mack. I was in Center City, Philadelphia, and a dude coughed, and I wasn't near him, but I heard him cough. A chick turned around. She was on her phone and said, "Yo, I should stab you." I'm like, "Yo,
yeah,
damn." Yo, she didn't.
He probably even had some pepper in his throat.
Yo, she didn't even say it jokingly.
I ain't gonna ask what ethnicity she was because I probably already know.
Oh, we already know that.
Don't even ask. Don't even ask.
Yeah.
My kids on spring break this week, and they canceled school for next week. They've already canceled school for next week.
I lie to y'all not.
Like,
okay.
I was gonna say, as a firefighter, like I just was trying to ask you, like, there's nothing you can do. You first of all, you're emergency services, so you're going to work. But like, what are you guys doing to prepare? I know you said you've been preparing since January, but like, what are you doing to prepare as a firefighter? When you get called, you got to go.
And you know what? I'm calling in sick.
Looking on Monster.com. That's still around.
Oh my God!
On the job site?
No, we got to answer the call. But you know what? Let me ask you this: what about all these packages that Amazon's coming to your house and UPS and the Postal Service? What about that stuff?
Yeah,
you guys spray
that. That's the country.
You got lights all that.
I got like one order I'm waiting for, and I'm like, damn, should I cancel it? Like,
I got an order coming from Samsung. I got an order coming from Samsung.
I got some TNT coming in from China.
Shh. I ain't ordered nothing from Wish in like 6 months, so I'm good on that.
Yo.
All you gotta do, hey, I would suggest this. Wherever you go, carry a box of gloves with you. You go to the gas station, pump, put some gloves on.
Yeah. That's good. Like,
and get a mask that covers up your face.
When I flew last week, I was hooded and masked up. I had the hand sanitizer hooked to my bag, the wipes, the wipe down seatbelts and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And my wife did say, well, I can get some from work. You want me to give you some rubber gloves? I was like, all right, that's a little too far. But now I'm like, I should have took some rubber
some gloves, man.
Because you just see how easy it seems to be as this thing spreads. They saying, you call for something, and it just sits on surfaces for up to like 9 hours. They don't clean them planes like that. Like,
nope.
I've seen planes come in late. And they say, well, as soon as we deplane and clean the plane, we'll board. Man, after the last person gets off the plane, they be like, okay, we're boarding to Group 1. Like, yo, they couldn't have cleaned the plane then. They just went and picked the trash up.
You can't go to a public bath. You can't go public nowhere no more.
It's a flying petri dish.
Dog, listen, I just don't, like, you can't tell me this is a man-made in the lab. Like, it sits on a surface for 9 hours. Come on, this population control, B.
Yeah, that's what B. Austin said. He was like, once we got past all of our fears here, he was like, he asked me, like, you think this was manufactured and let loose on the public?
Yo, I don't want to believe it. You say stuff like it sits on the surface for 9 hours. That sound like something very specific.
Well,
like,
it don't sit on for 9 hours. 12 hours.
Even longer. That's crazy.
It's 12 hours? That's even worse. That don't mean no solid. No, they not. It's 12. No, come on, man. That's even worse. Yo.
And then Lysol, hand sanitizer, all that stuff. You can't find that anywhere. You can still find soap, so people still ain't washing their hands. They're just trying to sanitize them when it's still better to just wash your hands.
Nasty.
Hey, do I lose my futures bets if they don't continue this basketball season? Do I lose my money?
I don't even know what to tell you, man. Like this is unprecedented. So I don't even know. I don't even have a reference point, man. Like, yo, my question is XFL canceled yet? Because a couple hours ago they were still talking about playing.
Well, they're extreme.
Who knows?
It's a part of their makeup. Part of their makeup is to do what other people won't do.
I gotta go home and clean Mama real thoroughly so I can get me some cutty.
All right, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next week, man.
All right, we're good.
All right. He's like, you gotta clean him real good so you can get some cutty. Yo! What's wrong with Casey Mack, man?
His mind is. He like if the world is over, I'm going out. I'm going out.
Well, speaking of, like, I never brought in that segment. Still got to pay these bills. So real quick, this conversation that we've been having for an hour is brought to you by MyBookie. You guys, y'all can make a lot of bread sports betting in MyBookie. The NBA and NHL regular seasons have been suspended, and March Madness has pretty much been canceled as well. So if you haven't checked out MyBookie, this is the perfect time to lay down some cash on some dominoes games. That Uno series you're going to have with your fam over the next 2 weeks with these extended spring breaks. Whole lot more. Just join us and thousands of other online players placing bets at mybookie.ag. If you guys are tired of getting excuses when it's time to collect on your bets, that's why we urge you to join MyBookie. If you win, they pay fast with no hassle. Unless the dude that they got in charge of payments got that Roni, you should be all right. They even have in-game live betting. So you can place wagers after the game start. Join now, and MyBookie will match 50% of your first deposit up to $1,000. Just use the promo code WARROOM, all caps, to activate this offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, and get paid. That's all there is to it. Whenever sports start back up, because the NCAA didn't just cancel the NCAA tournament. So I can't imagine a world like I'm not even a college basketball head like I used to be. Like, I'm not going to front. I get into basketball right now during the conference tournaments right before, when March Madness is starting. But I still can't imagine a world without March Madness. And for a lot of the people who have children who are going to be sitting at home with kids for the next 2 weeks, you can't even sit at home with kids and watch the NCAA tournament. You got to sit at home with kids and probably watch Disney Plus. It's crazy out here in these streets, man. It's crazy.
Yo, shout out to Neil, man, who just said that.
We can only blame Rudy Gobert for all of this.
Yeah, let's blame Rudy. Yo, she's in the chat. And she talked about how even today she saw someone come out of a stall and just walk right out the door, like didn't even wash their hands. So people feel like it's being disgusting. Yeah. Be careful pumping gas too. I don't know how true it is, but I did some research, which included like looking at memes on Twitter, and it said that the nastiest place to pass germs is gas pump handles.
Yeah, I heard gas pump handles, hotel room remote controls, and menus at restaurants.
Yeah, this is from
like,
Men's Health.
Top 3.
Men's Health put out a meme that says the percentage of these surfaces that are dirty. 71% of gas pump handles are filthy. I don't know what research to get these numbers. 68% of mailbox handles, 43% of escalator rails, 41% of ATM buttons, 40% of parking meters, and 35% of vending machine buttons. But number one by far is gas pump handles.
Gas pump handles. But and oh man, it's crazy out here because think about it. Everybody's trying to go automated. You walk in McDonald's, they try to force you to use a screen instead of go up and order your stuff with a person. You think they're going to have to rethink all of that after this? Because they were already talking about those screens and fecal matter being on the screens, but people are going to be paranoid now. And they're like, man, if you don't take my order, stop being lazy, knock you to...
This is definitely fecal dust on the jaw, man. And
all right, but before, because we got the homie Naj waiting on the line, before we do that, I'm going to just do...
I got a question for y'all. I ask y'all a question real quick. I was thinking about something because I know they were talking about, like, haircuts and barbershops. Like, yo, when the next time y'all going to a barbershop, cuz?
Yo, I have an appointment Saturday, but I don't know about that.
I ain't going. I got an appointment Saturday, too. I'm not going. Like, I'm just not going. Like...
Matter of fact, thanks for the reminder because we're going to have to... go ahead and cancel that right after, because that was a whole timing thing. Because where my son's playoff game was right down the street from the barbershop, so they canceled that. So ain't no reason for me to go outside of the house, especially if I'm gonna be here for the next 2 weeks. These kids don't need no haircut. Yeah. I'm trying to impress.
I'll be out this joint looking like Ricky Williams. I don't even care.
I'm gonna be like Harrison Barnes. Like, I ain't gonna get a cut till we make the playoffs. So he ain't never getting a cut.
He ain't never getting a cut. He's done.
So real quick, man. Quote of the week, and here's your quote of the week, and that's Rudy Gobert touching all the microphones at his press conference on Monday because that was the biggest statement of the week in sports. And the stat of the week is 2, because right now we only know of 2 NBA players, Rudy Gobert included, and his teammate Donovan Mitchell, who have tested positive for COVID-19 so far.
Now, there was some,
like I said, everything in sports Moody, right now, blame Rudy. I heard Moody ate too, and then I thought
both.
maybe they were.
It was just a sickness. First, it was just a sickness. Then it was like he got, tested positive. But I don't know. At this point, I don't think if anybody else tests positive, they're going to tell us.
Especially if it's somebody bigger than these dudes, they definitely going to hush that. Like, if we're not playing, just let them recover. What's the use in telling everybody? All right, so let's go to the phone lines real quick. Got the homie Naj calling in. What up, Naj?
Ain't nothing. I'm cooling. What up with y'all?
We good,
what up,
man?
though?
What the stats looking like down there where you are?
You ain't drinking. You ain't drinking no Corona down here in Georgia, is you?
Oh, as soon as I get off, it's going down. Matter of fact, going to the barbershop tomorrow.
I told Jimmy a lime.
Go ahead.
I told Jimmy a lime might be the cure to all this. you got to put a lime on.
Got to get his lime.
Yeah, that might be the cure to all this.
So if there's any profession that's not going to listen to anybody and going to think that they know everything about it, it's going to be barbers. So they're going to be at work.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't even worried about that.
I told y'all a few times on the show, like, barbershops, man, is where I hear, I don't even say I have, because I don't even join in no more, the most outlandish conversations that you will ever hear will be in a barbershop, because everybody's an expert on every topic. Everything is a conspiracy. It's crazy in a barbershop. It's fun though.
That's part of the greatness of a barbershop, though, man. That's part of the greatness of a barbershop.
You go in there,
and
people swear they can talk about any topic. They don't know how foolish they sound after stuff.
And that's why I say shout out to Gobert, man. When we find out that this man was a follower of Dr. Sebi, it was like, oh, that's why he never took the warning seriously. My man thought he was ginger tea root alkaline his way out of everything. So it makes sense.
They say he went in the locker room and did the same thing, though. He was just touching people's bags and lockers. What is wrong with you?
Right. Trying to show people a YouTube video. Man, just listen to this video, man. You ain't got to be worried about it. Yeah, that type of guy. But dude, if you could pick a portion of the population that would be the worst to have an outbreak, it's NBA players. Because you're talking about they fly together, they use the same planes, they playing against each other. Then the groupie circle is similar. Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The groupie circle is similar. People got wives. They don't want to tell that they've smashed such and such. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to cause
some of them smashing their teammates' wives. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to Tony. No, but that's crazy because now you can bring something home. You ain't even have to smash. You just let the groupie breathe on you, and now you're bringing something home. Like, it's dangerous in these streets, man. Come on, man.
Right. But anybody who's kind of worried right now, man, look up Laura Spinner. She wrote a book about the flu outbreak in, what was it, 1918 or whatever it was, and she's been talking about this too. So she's kind of informing people, and it's a good thing because people should have a little bit of fear of this, but you shouldn't go all the way paranoid, crazy. You know what I mean? Once you hear like, okay, here's the reality. This is what could happen. This is what happens. This is what has happened in the past. This is not like a zombie movie. Like, cool out, relax a little bit, clean stuff as much as you can. Like y'all was talking about gas pumps and all that stuff. Yeah, every ordinary, just keep you some wipes on you. If you ain't got none, then you need to manufacture some. Get down with your bleach or whatever.
I was about to say, you definitely got to manufacture them now because they're not in the store.
Because we're living in idiocracy. I don't think people realize that. Like,
idiocracy.
We are living in that right now.
Yeah, because there's no reason for anybody to have like 60 packs of wipes or 60 boxes of them Clorox wipes right now. But somebody does.
Right.
Somebody who didn't wash their hands or wipe things off before got the most boxes of stuff.
Right.
It's
our biggest problem right now is what we don't know. That's the biggest issue. You got this dude trying to lock down the borders and airports and all of that, when it's like, nah, dude, it's inside the house. Our biggest problem is we can't test to the extent that we need to know how much it's affected the population so far. That's our biggest issue, not knowing. It's not that you need to be scared of China or any of these other places. Nah, bruh, it's here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's too late.
we got people walking around who just haven't been tested yet, but they haven't. But again, if you're a healthy, normal person and you're not, elderly or have some type of ailment, for the most part, you're going to go through flu symptoms and you'll survive it for the most part. So, that's a good thing. It's not as scary as people are thinking it is, but there are a lot of vulnerable people who, if they do get it, man, things could get real dire for them. The elderly, people who smoke a lot, drink a lot, you know what I'm saying? Your immune system's not too good. Like, those people are in serious danger. So that is a problem. It's something we need to be aware of. But like I said, this is idiocracy. So you got your boy at the helm. He's trying to downplay numbers. He's trying to blame it on a racial factor. Well, it's the Wuhan, you know what I mean? Like, that's where we get into the dumb America stuff. Like, man, what the hell is wrong with us? Like, we're so damn crazy. This stuff gets y'all down, man. Continue to live your lives. Just do it with precaution, man. Wipe me down. You know what I mean? When you're doing everything, wipe stuff down.
Like I always tell people, I'm more, concerned for the kiddos, but at the same time, I'm like, the older I get, the fatter I get. So I don't know what my respiratory system hitting for right now. But I go to the doctor. My chest be saying I'm healthy. So I don't know. So it's time to put all that to work.
Okay. Right, but health is relative. You're a former athlete. Think about the average American citizen who never played sports, never was really out there all their lives, and pretty much has just gotten fatter over the decade. Like, those are the folks we're talking about. Like, nothing about their body has ever been about health. Like, that's the people who are real, real dangerous.
Yeah.
Listen to the experts and not the hot takes. And
No,
ESPN. Oh, go ahead.
No,
it's time to look out the window for zombies.
The scariest part to me about this is like just what we don't know, because the way that all the information that's out there, you don't know what the first of all, that's the thing about like being in an information age where there's so much out there, you don't know what's factual, what's not. You see some of the world-renowned doctors who like completely disagree on like the same thing. You're like, well, how is this possible? You know what I'm saying? And everything these days is political, so it's like, what side do they fall on? It's just that's the scary part. You just don't know. And
racial.
Well,
black people celebrating all week. We can't get it. And Rudy and Donovan
right.
got
it's
it.
It's the Netflix problem he just brought up. Way too much information, hard to kind of decipher what's credible and what's not. But so far across the world, the thing that they found is children have not been as affected. Children have been okay as far as what the numbers are saying right now.
And Beyonce said children like little outbreak monkeys. He said they just carry it around. They just carry it around like host monkeys.
Part. The kids could be the ones transferring it to the grandparents and all of that.
They've been finding that kids are positive and no symptoms, and they just like, yeah, I'm good. So you old MFers need to die anyway. This is ours now. So you got to be careful around them. And then also they're finding that sub-Saharan Africa, the cases are very, very low. And when they went to interview, one of the brothers just looked into the camera knowing it was broadcast to Europe and the West, and he just smiled brightly and said, "You're welcome." And left it go with that.
The only thing about that
is that because the people
are they testing to the degree that we get a sample size that's good, right? So I don't know if we want to trust that too much, man.
Seriously though,
you know how racist the world is. They don't want to go to those parts of Africa. What?
No lie. They said that actually them dumping Ebola and some other things here have actually prepared us for this. We've been through this before, and it's something that developed Europe wasn't prepared for because they thought all this stuff only happens in Africa. No, real talk, like not even being funny.
It's just weird, dude, because you start listening to these people and you're hearing about viruses and influenza, and they're like, yeah, this stuff mutate, and every couple of generations you're going to have this situation where we're behind. So it's going to take, they said, a year to 18 months to come up with a real vaccine for it. But up until then, you're going to have it throughout the population kind of scattered or whatever. But it's not going to be like the Black Plague or something like that, because we still got global supply chains where you can treat people, you can get meds to people, and you can, hell, people got access to hospitals in a way that normally, you would. Because back in those eras, we talked about, hell, it's dealing with World War I. All kinds of people came back from the damn battle lines, walking in parades, handing out the influenza to the facility.
Coughing on people.
Shut my hand. Right.
Well, then also, Naj, that was before the Moors went. Some of what you're talking about is before the Moors went and civilized Europe. So, they wasn't necessarily washing or paying attention to hygiene at that time. But I digress. That's another conversation.
Hey, man, there's a long history of many books written about washing your ass and how it is almost gone. It's just interesting. But yeah, I get out y'all way, man. But yeah, I'm thrown off, dude. I don't know how I'm gonna gamble. I'm looking at esports right now. Like I feel like a degenerate. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I can't bet on the NBA.
I know, man.
I can't bet on
MLB.
NFL.
You gotta go gamble on some domino games or something. Spades.
Something, bro.
Yeah.
But y'all boys be good, man. Don't let these folks scare you.
All right, man.
All right, homie.
Crazy in these streets, man. We got a couple more people on the line. Hold tight, y'all. We'll get to you. Tim, did you want to try to touch on these grind topics real quick? Some stuff happened this week that's worthy of a couple of bars.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We could do a couple of these joints, Keith. We could talk about what happened while you were on the grind outside of everything we've been talking about. And this is brought to you by Sports the Book. If you guys remember what sports is, because we no longer have sports in this country, but There was once a thing called sports. It was never mind. But sports.
It was a great institution.
Sports the book.
Brought us all together. That's what they say.
Yeah. But listen though, man. There was more than 24 people charged in the horse racing doping scheme. So they were doping up the horses to race, and it was a big scheme. Millions and millions of money changes hands. You got to figure out. In the words of LaDainian Tomlinson, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But what do you guys think about people doping up horses?
Yo, it was 27 people indicted in this scheme. The funny part is this news came down in a week where Barry Bonds was talking about how he feels the MLB has given him the death penalty, for his transgressions. I don't know, man. The horse steroids. There's nothing at all shocking about this to me. Like, they're animals, and people have been treating animals inhumane for centuries. I just when you tell me, like, after I sit and watch a horse race and you tell me, they'd be giving them horses dope. Like, there's nothing surprising about that. Look at what they do. So
I'd be like, so. Entertain. Yo, my approach to performance enhancing drugs in sports, particularly sports that don't involve human beings, but even human beings, we've had them in our lives for almost our entire adult lives, as well as children. So we formulated opinions, and to be honest, I will say that Blueprint has swayed me, particularly starting with football. Listen, if you want to shoot ish in your body so that you can go out there and entertain me, who am I to stop you, man? Just make it fair so that everybody it's and from a football perspective, because the human body isn't designed, it's not designed to do any professional sport, but particularly so football. I'm like, these guys need performance-enhancing drugs. If you understand what the majority of performance-enhancing drugs do, just for the recovery factor, not even about you running faster, jumping higher, or anything of that nature, just for you to grow and heal properly from playing NFL football, I'm cool with you taking HGH for that. Because there's no way over 30 that you're able to recover in that. Like, there's no way Terrific Tom isn't shooting in his blood.
This is what the news Jimmy's been waiting on. The XFL says currently the XFL will not be playing its regular season games. However, all players will be paid their base pay and benefits for the 2020 regular season. Like, who they got down in that league where they can still pay cats? Okay, XFL.
Yeah,
NBA players out there tweeting like y'all know no games mean no pay, right? I hope y'all saved up. That's what CJ McConnell told everybody.
The crazy part is Vince got a whole other business that, funded his XFL. He made billions and billions of money.
Right, he's going to take it out of their payroll.
Too. Like, yeah, but they got to be struggling too. Like, they can't really have them live events like that. Like,
yeah, isn't there a WrestleMania something coming up? Something's coming up.
Yo, it's crazy.
And you can't have that.
About us, right? At the end of the day, right? We are animals. Like, humans, we're animals. As advanced as we are, and one of the things that brings us together are these big events, whether it's a music festival, a sporting event. These are the things that allow us to, like, enjoy life, so to speak. And that's all being taken away from us. This summer gonna be trash. Like,
Netflix summer.
Got to keep this content coming, cause they got to keep this content coming, man. They got to keep this content coming, man. Like,
now Netflix getting nervous because they like, damn, now they're gonna expect content. We've been hitting with stuff.
We need it at this point. What else is there?
We've been hitting them unexpectedly with stuff. Now we're gonna be expected to do some stuff.
I mean, I
can't
calling
Tyler Perry like, yo, sell us some of them garbage Jones you working
try
on.
some fine cuisine. So my thing is, like, I need Netflix, dog.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right. I ain't got no bars on the horse races.
to your point about the steroids, that's I completely agree with that. But they shooting up animals, man. Like when it comes to getting this bread, like cat's going cheap, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
no matter what the sport is.
And you can go even into the effects. So once you really drill down into the context, right? So human growth hormone makes everything grow, right? And some of y'all ladies can take that for what it's worth. HGH, shout out to you, but I'm really talking about your heart, your liver, your intestines. So one of the things that you'll notice with bodybuilders who got it popping with HGH at an unrealistic level is they actually have guts and bellies as weightlifters. Like you hitting the gym hard, you built, but it's because your intestines continue to grow. So it looks like you got a fat belly when it's really just your intestines. So now moving that to animals, if you're giving them growth hormone, their hearts are continuing to grow, their organs are. So how, from an animal cruelty perspective, like then you get into, I'm not even being funny, and I'm not one of these people that places more value on animal lives than human lives. Shout out to you white folks, Michael Vick. Y'all said he could die, but never mind. My point in saying that is animals rarely have a choice. Not rarely. They don't have a choice. Human beings have a choice. So it's kind of like I am more against animals having performance-enhancing drugs introduced to their bodies because they didn't make a decision versus a human being who said, I have a choice, and my choice is to shoot my veins full of the and get this.
I got you, though. Real quick, though, a couple things about what you just said. Like, I just want to bring up, well, before I get to that point, Neil, to answer your question there, said that April 5th is supposed to be WrestleMania. So that's like coming up soon.
No, it's not.
I just, and I know that. Yeah, how about that? No, it's not. Yeah. Speaking of what you just said, B. Austin, I just watched that. I finally watched that 30 for 30 Mike Vick John, and I was shocked at how transparent Mike Vick was. Like he was just
he like effort.
Matter of fact,
effort now.
Yeah, he like matter of fact. Like I was dumb. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
Mike,
him breaking it down.
He was reading his.
It's just like
he was believing his news clippings though. He was cocky as hell back then. Like you're not that good.
Yeah. Yo.
He still think he was though. Because you still got people out there saying what Mike Vick could have been. Like
because go ahead.
Because as an athlete, he probably was one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen. And the crazy part about that to me was he did have one season where he looked like, he could play the game. And
don't do it. You talking about us?
I'm talking about 05. It was like 05. He was balling in 05, but he made the Pro Bowl and all that. And the crazy part is, it's like I don't know whether he read his press. I don't know whether he read his press clippings at that time. He was an MVP candidate, and then the very next year he had one of his worst seasons. And in the midst of you having one of your worst seasons is when all this scandal and everything broke. It's like timing did not work for him. You know what I'm saying? Like you're having the worst season you've ever had as a pro when all this popped. If you were having your best season, which was a year before, Cats might have took up for you for real.
I can't.
Yo, winning cures all, dog. When you win, you get away with stuff.
I think we analyze the game different, and we can make the distinction between an accomplished and great player versus a great athlete. Dude is one of the greatest athletes to ever set foot on a football field, but he's not a good quarterback. And never has been, never will be. Shout out to Andy Reid, the quarterback whisperer. He was good. He was great.
But here's my thing, though. And I guess we have different definitions of good, because I would say that he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great or elite or a Hall of Famer like some people do. But
Jimmy Bo can't read.
When I see but he still was to me, he's a good quarterback. But the point is, that also goes to show you how situations that you fall into can have an effect on your career. I feel like if he would have been drafted by, say, an Andy Reid, his career could have went different. If the right coach would have had those tools.
I agree with that.
And to a lesser degree.
If Donovan was drafted by anybody else, he'd be trash.
Exactly. But also,
if Donovan, he could have did that times 5 with Vic. So I agree with that. But
to a certain extent, if he would have been allowed to play with Dan Reeves a little bit longer, because Dan Reeves was bringing him along slowly, but then they canned Dan Reeves and it all went to hell at that point. So who knows how that would have There's so many of these scenarios and with NFL quarterbacks where if you would stay with this coach
in the league and ran the wing T. That ain't really the
what if Patrick Mahomes doesn't come in the NFL too with Andy Reid? Are we looking at him the same way we look at him now?
I don't know what that what if is, but he's never near the athlete that Michael never wear.
No, I'm not even talking about athletically. I'm talking about just the way we see him now as a quarterback. Would it be the same without Andy Reid? We saw him playing college. He was okay, but they even said it was a reach for him to. It was a reach for them to draft him at that point.
Nobody except for Andy Reid thought he was the best quarterback in college. Andy saw him I can do stuff with this kid.
I don't even know, Dev. I don't even know if Andy thought that. He thought he was the best. He just thought, I'm Andy Reid. This is what I want, and I'm gonna do this with this kid because look what I did with Trash. Look what I did with Trash.
Andy Reid had one of them Detmer boys. Not even the best Detmer. He was winning games with him,
Coy balling.
He had Coy balling.
He said one of them Detmer boys.
Not even the good one. He had the off-brand Detmer. Give me him.
We love Andy on this show, and we know his weaknesses. But he that dude when it comes
to quarterback.
When it comes to
QBs, how to coach quarterback.
Because I swear for every have we ever seen a whack QB under dude? Maybe like Mike McMahon or somebody. How trash was Mike McMahon?
No, but he played well. He
was better. I told my opinion. You can only take value in my opinion so much comparing McNabb to someone because I'm always going to take the other person. But for the money that we paid McDoodoo.
Because what he about to say? Because Mike McMahon was trash. Mike McMahon probably is the worst quarterback we've had in the past 15 years.
But hold on, though. B. Austin, here's the secret.
Them Detmer boys was better than him.
As many flaws as Donovan had in his game, Andy was able to take him as a quarterback and win as many games as he did, go to a Super Bowl, go to multiple championships.
Make people argue that he's a Hall of Famer.
And think about this.
All that is get a great defense and have him throw 1 million screen passes, and you get
before Patrick Mahomes got a chance to come into his own, Andy Reid was competing for a chip with Alex Smith.
Alex Smith ain't as bad as we make him out to be.
No, I'm not saying he is, but what I'm saying is, my point is, Andy Reid
he's also not as good as the Smith family makes him out to be.
Exactly, but Andy Reid has won with don't matter what the quarterback is. Let me coach him up, and we're gonna get these W's.
Remember AJ Feely? He got a second round pick in the Dolphins for AJ Feely.
AJ was balling.
AJ.
But my point in all that
he went to the Dolphins.
If Andy Reid gets Mike Vick as a young boy and gets a chance to work with him with that athleticism and that arm.
Listen, you have no argument.
One thing about
he said that. He said he'd be better than McNoodle.
He would be. He would be
better than everybody.
He'd be 5 times the human being that McSlut was. 5 times the human being.
We be talking about him as one of the. I think if he got with Andy Reid from the get-go, we'd be talking about him as one of the.
I don't disagree with that.
But I want to ask y'all this though. Here's a question: why the hell are we talking about Andy Reid, McNabb, Mahomes, and Vic when we talking about horse doping?
What
are y'all talking about?
Mike Vick ran that fast. When you run a 4.25, you got to be compared to another animal.
Compared to doped up horses.
Hey, Dev. I know you watched the 30 for 30. But let's not front the ball didn't have a cannon for an arm. The ball was just slick his wrist, and the ball would go 80 yards in a perfect spiral.
I ain't gonna lie, Jim, there's no one that I'd rather see throw a football. Mike Vick and Randall Cunningham. Them two. That's it. I love to see Mike.
Now, I knew it was
Randall.
fake from the door and thought people were idiots. But Mike Vick arm was so good that there were actually people back in the day who thought that Powerade commercial was real.
you know
the commercial I'm talking about? When he threw the joint, like up into the 700 level.
I know who you're referring to.
Yeah. You know the main culprit. We used to sit there like, yo, you stupid, man. Like, are you serious? You remember the arguments, man? Yeah, I was like, yo. He's like, yo, that's real. I'm telling you, that's real. I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, he got an arm. Come on, guys. You going too far.
No, Jimmy, I agree with everything you're saying about Andy and Mike Vick. I think that if someone took the time to teach him the mental aspects of the game, Mike Vick could have been top 5, dead or alive. But what I don't accept is people that try to have that conversation about him now.
Anyway,
like
anyway. To me, that's the sad part about Mike Vick. Because when I see Mike Vick, I see like, yo, what could have been? Like, it's almost like a Benji story to me. It's like, yo, you could have been the GOAT.
Yo,
but
Jimmy treated him like he died.
It's almost like
the boy was alive. He's talking about him like he died.
You could have been the greatest quarterback of all time, but instead you just like, your story is like a story about dog fighting.
Now, and to bring that back again, when you look at that, and I still will say, Bull ran so fast, we got to compare him to a horse. He didn't even have no moves. When he tried to shake, he would fall down because he
fall. Yeah. He was too
fast. He was unable. He was physically unable to slide. They made that part of the show. And my man won a bunch of games and made it to the NFC Championship throwing the algae crumplers. Like, but anyway, man, let's move on, man. So,
that's one of B. Austin's favorites.
Yeah.
Trash.
I know. I have no idea why. But real quick, so let's move on, man, because there's a couple other stories we want to talk about. Let's talk about your man D Wade. D Wade let his hands go because he was pissed at the amount of time that his son
he in
got.
his feelings right now.
His son ain't shit. He got in his feelings and let his hands go, and people called him an overbearing father. And I'm like,
one of your sons is a daughter. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Man.
Basically, what Jimmy's talking about for the people out there who didn't see it, on Tuesday's edition of Inside the NBA, he was asked if he was going to his son's championship game. You know, his son plays on that bomb squad, that high school squad out in Sierra Canyon. He says, I will not be there. My son isn't playing, and I don't want to do nothing to the coach. I won't be there, but I'll be rooting for the kids. So he sounds like he's in his feelings a little bit. I've watched Sierra Canyon play a few times, and to me, I mean, you're going to feel that way about your kids, so I give you that. I'm not going to, kick Dwayne Wade too much, but to me, it's obvious that, there are a lot of players on that team that's better than his son. And I mean, what Curtis Brake say, like, these are the Brakes. That's what happens sometimes. Sierra Canyon is playing for one thing. They playing for chips. So they found their rotation, and like 4 of their first 6 players are, top 50 in the country. 2 of their starting lineups are top 10 in their recruiting class.
Does Zaire get in the game? Like, no, I ain't even being funny.
No. That's not a no. I get you because that's not a crazy question. Because if you looked at the game, one of the games they played during like the holiday time, like during the break that was on ESPN2 or something like that, like he really didn't get any minutes. But they got some horses in front of him. Bron's son is different. They have people who are much better than Bronny as well, but that's LeBron's son. Like this kind of shows you that there's levels to this. Like you got Bron's son, who's probably really not good enough to be playing on his team yet, and you have Dwayne Wade's son, who even though he's a senior, he's not the most talented on the team yet. But you got to play Bron's son. Like that's just who he is. He's bigger than D Wade. You got to play Bronny.
But also.
Is Bronny better than Zaire?
No. But here's the thing, and that's kind of what Dev is saying. Like Zaire's a better player than Bron, but Bronson seems to get more clock. But it's also a matter of positions. Like the position which Zaire plays,
and they have
there's a position.
They have a top 5
Zaire plays.
Point guard.
They got a top 5 dude in the country, like so.
Right.
I mean, like you
gonna sit him out if he's not in foul trouble? High school games only 32 minutes.
You got a McDonald's player in front of Zaire Wade. But what I find interesting about this story, this is just my take on it. Like I see a lot of people coming at D Wade's neck, and it really has nothing to do with his opinion about Zaire. They're so pissed at his other son that they start slandering him because these are the same people who on my timeline, they love every time VAR butts in with his son. They talk about what kind of great dad he is and he cares. But you don't give D Wade that kind of props because you know what it is.
I just got some more breaking news, and it happened as soon as Jimmy said what he said. He said they got a McDonald's player. The McDonald's All-American game and the Jordan Brand Classic have been canceled. They won't be held this year. Yo, no.
Oh!
Back to this corona. Yo, this is ruining a lot of young athletes' experiences, man. You know, there's some people like their claim to fame. The only thing that they're gonna be able to tell their kids in their life, I played in the NCAA tournament, man, and it was great. I was a McDonald All-American. You know, if you end up being a Lenny Cook who don't make it, like this McDonald All-American game is your claim to fame.
Or Ronald Curry or something like that. Yeah, that's real.
I mean,
that's a real spit. It's ruining my man. It's ruining my man's soccer season because on the Olympic Development Program U12 team and they canceled. So I'm a little salty. He's a little salty. That's all right.
My man Lenny Cook went from being ranked ahead of Melo and LeBron to being featured on HBO, 300 pounds heavier,
living in
a party,
living in a shack, cooking hamburgers,
in a party in the basement with a Trish singing Mario in her ear, while HBO films what could have been. Like
while watching the Cavaliers game on TV.
Yo, when you were better than both of them, now you down in the basement talking about, baby, you should let me love you. Anyway, I'm like, yo, how'd your life go that way?
Damn, Lenny. I guess
and
first
it came
his name Lenny.
Like it didn't even.
High school, you was the man, Lenny. What the heck are you?
Yo, anyway, I don't know. But you're right, Devin.
Why we on high school basketball?
Yeah, you'd rather do that than potentially die. So.
Shout out to Zion Harmon.
Yo,
I don't know why he don't got nothing.
I wonder if set it off go-go bars closing night. Like when they start closing the shaky butts, that's when you know it's done. Like it's over. Cause you know what I'm saying. Because I know the one thing I noticed today, like riding through, like people
sex
still was
industry
going to
is
bars.
always
like,
an alternative for everything.
Shout out
exactly.
To this.
So when they start.
And
shout out to all the young ladies at the Shut It Off Go-Go Bar. You know what I'm saying? The 2nd Street. Now I know what I'm talking about. I'm not listening. But anyway,
does Night on Broadway still exist? I did a lot of
No. Yo, if Night on Broadway existed, Corona would have been spread throughout the whole city already.
Everybody have been dead.
All kinds of.
Why did they allow?
Corona IV? It would have been a mixed disease.
Yo, that was a institution of debauchery. It was everything going on there. Card games, crap games, pun.
Bottles.
It was just like
bottles in people.
It was like every deadly sin is found in this building. But anyway, moving on to the last story, man.
Every deadly sin and every deadly disease.
Yo, rest in power to Floyd Mayweather's BM. She was found dead. Did they get any specifics about like what happened with her?
They have not. They just said she was found dead in a parked car somewhere outside of Santa Clara. It was 10 p.m. Tuesday. The vehicle was parked in a driveway of her apparent residence. The coroner is saying, it's going to take a while to figure out how she died. So this is the same one that Floyd had the domestic abuse charges with some years back. She alleged in 2010 that Floyd, hit her up a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know what their relationship was like. But
Fishy.
Did Floyd put the order out? I don't know.
Yo, I'm just gonna move on.
Floyd had Rudy Gobert go cough on her. But
I'm moving on, man. Because you out of pocket right now, yo. You so far out of pocket, yo.
We just lost our broadcast like right there.
What do y'all think about
Rudy,
Charles Barkley and what do y'all think about Charles Barkley and Draymond and their war of words? Because Draymond talking real spicy for being Draymond, the Chuck.
Yo, I think
Draymond better sit his Robert Horry ass down somewhere.
He gotta relax, because what did Barkley say that's wrong? Bull averaged like a triple single. Like he didn't say that.
And that's what he was upset about. He said he averaged a triple single. So Draymond come back. Barkley can't talk nothing about me. He ain't got no rings. Oh gosh.
No.
This is how we live now.
I'd take Barkley in his last year over Draymond. Come on. Listen,
absolutely. Dog.
And I'm not.
Too, like,
I like Welvin. I like what Welvin represents. I like what Welvin is about. I'm happy he got his money. I'm sure I've seen the young ladies that he frequents. I'm proud of him because he couldn't do it on his own. But you got to relax, dog. When the old head talk, you got to relax. You got to relax.
Yeah.
You need to just Barkley. You got it. Be easy, or have that conversation.
Problem, right?
That ain't the type of dude that he is. But he can't hold Bull's jockstrap. And I don't mean that cliche. It's like, come on.
And then not only about ball, he told Barkley he'll take his broadcasting job too when he finishes.
Well, then your breath stinks on the mic. Come on, man, relax.
Yo, Barkley literally has 2 Hall of Fame careers as a player and a broadcaster. That's the crazy part.
He ain't taking either one of them.
Outside of that, like, you could have played him. Like, these young boys is just, like, not bright. They want to clap back right away. Like, some of these old heads are dumb, too. Let's not get it twisted. But some of these young boys, you could have hit him with the look. I'm trying my best. He could have hit with the humble jump. You always win when you humble. Look, I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm, not living up to this, but I'm out here just trying my – and you would have made him feel stupid. But instead, you try to, like –
They'd have killed Barkley for that. They'd have killed Barkley for that.
Yeah, they would have killed him. Now you like a bully.
Chuck is a cliche, so people welcome the opportunity to kill him. When he they welcome that. But like you said, you played.
This is what Chuck said about him after Draymond started talking about rings and all that stuff, and I'll take your job. He said, my job is safe. Draymond Green is a nice guy. You know what he is? He's like the guy in the boy band who's the least important member. He doesn't realize he's standing next to Justin Timberlake. He killed him. He said that on the Dan Patrick show. So Dan Patrick started naming like nobodies in NSYNC. I don't know them dudes. But he started naming Justin Timberlake's bandmates. He said he's the least famous person in the boy band, and he thinks he's a star, and he's not. He's lucky to be in the boy band. He thinks all the girls are screaming for him. No, they're screaming for Justin Timberlake. He said enjoy being in the band because you're never going to have any hit singles.
Pick him up, throw him in the air fryer. Cook him
Put
up,
it on
but the thing is, and that's why you played this stuff too. You played this stuff because you could have killed Barkley.
He got roofed.
Barkley threw you a oop and you missed it, you dodo, because you could have cooked Barkley with the humble J. You could have humbled his life away and played his whole life away.
And we would have been happy.
You want to come back and spit fire. Like,
he could have used that. He could have used that to big up Steph, to big up Clay, to say, I was just trying to be the glue to win these championships. He could have got people all on his side.
Exactly.
He could have got people all on his side.
He could have
said,
"You
don't clap back to you ain't got no ring, so you can't talk."
Yeah, you could have said, "I have a specific role, and I know my role, and I want to play it to help us win, do what's best for the team."
Charles Barkley will give you 40 and 20. Come on, cuz.
Yeah. What is wrong with you, dog? Like, the boy got an MVP. You'll never sniff an MVP. Or be honest, he could have came back. He could have came back and said, Chuck ain't got no business.
Word. And it's sad, Chuck got 40 and 20.
Got him.
He was like inches shorter than you. So, what you doing out
there? Who ain't got no business? You shot the Big Welvin, man. And for those who don't know what we talking about, that's on you, because you should listen to the show. You know we call him Big Welvin. And if you don't know who Welvin is, Google Welvin.
These nuts. Got him.
Yo, Draymond gotta chill, man. Draymond, you gotta close your mouth too before you get that Roni. So,
he already done sucked that in.
Yo, real quick though, and you know we got a couple minutes left, man. I just really want to know, like, what is ESPN going to do? Like, usually when we get off the show, it's usually, you know, it's hoops
games.
Like, this is going to be absolutely insane.
The thing is, I think I'm looking at TNT now. They probably still gonna be broadcasting. They probably gonna have Shaq and them on talking. Like TNT at 8:00 says to be announced. This is to be announced, so they're gonna throw on like if it was BET, they would throw on Baby Boy, but it's TNT, so I don't know what they're gonna throw on.
Yeah, they need to just get my man on. Get my man a TV job. We'll watch that. Hey, Twitter world.
They're gonna throw on like some Vin Diesel movies or something like that. But you know, for the first couple of nights, they probably gonna have Kenny and Charles and them talking for like 8 hours, like they did when Kobe died.
Yo, they're gonna show NBA classics or something like that. I don't know what they're gonna do, dog. ESPN is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what you gonna argue? You don't even got nothing for us for all the hot takes and hyperbole cats to argue about.
Yo, and before we go, because we definitely go on in the next 30 seconds, but Jimmy mentioned this earlier, but I don't know if people out there heard it. The Knicks and James Dolan, and this was before they shut the season down, before they suspended the season, when they were just talking about playing with no crowds. James Dolan was the only owner that opposed it. My view on that is, the Knicks are nothing but a money grab right now anyway. So is anybody surprised that James Dolan, of all people, who've been putting out a product for the last 20 years that's been trash, but the fans do not punish him because it's still the top grossing franchise in the NBA, it's no surprise that he's like, oh, no, I don't want to play without fans. You want to get that money every night. Then when they suspended it, he was still the only owner who didn't agree with that. Shout out to James Dolan, man. He holding on to his last couple dollars that he's gonna make from this team before they force him out. Somebody gonna plant something on him, and they gonna plan a recording on him. They're gonna get somebody that can do his voice. They're gonna say some racial stuff so they can get him up out of there like they did.
Big R.J. Barrett, what has he done?
Big Rudy Gobert, what has he done? He has COVID.
He's got those coronas. He's got those coronas.
Yo, y'all out of pocket, yo.
I'm gonna just let the listeners know, yo, we the greatest, yo, at everything. We the greatest.
Yo,
and when I catch it, I don't want to hear y'all talking about he was clowning, because I already told y'all I might have it. I'm not Rudy. I already told y'all. I've been breathing a little different.
Yo, same here, dog. I'm outside. Like I'll be off the porch, so you never know. But all I'm gonna say is this, man. Yo, I'm talking about everybody else. We gonna be on here drawing the next couple of weeks because ain't no sports happening. So we'll just basically come on here and disrespect everybody. What I'm talking about.
I know.
Anyway,
people might like that better.
It's time to get out of here. Yo, thank you. I know. How about that? Thank you, brothers, for joining us for another briefing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter, the group chat, and everybody who called and got through. We appreciate those we couldn't get to. We apologize, but time has run out. Tune in next week live right here on demand. We catch you up on all the sports topics for the week if there are any. Bottom line is stay safe and come and check us back because we're going to be talking about something. What that is, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll go try to frequent the Shaky Butts here if they open. But if not, just come back and check us out, man. Everything we do can be found at the hub, warroomsports.com. Pick up my book, Sports the Book. You can find it at warroomsports.com or sportsthebook.com. But make sure to check out our hub, warroomsports.com. And until
I might be on my
everybody,
Rudy
don't
next
accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance. We'll see you chumps on top. Keep the fighters on me.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. know the blueprint. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, .Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. It's knocked out. 323-140012. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, .Bay, B. Austin. I'm Jock. Up and coming on the beat.
War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.